Hi, welcome back, Sagittarius. This is your Teroscope reading for February the 10th through the 16th, 2014. So before I really get started here, I really do want to take a moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your likes and your shares. The conversations are just so wonderful. I'm getting to know some of you. I'm so blessed to have some of you in my life, all of you in my life, really. You give me inspiration to put more energy into your readings and get you a clearer message every week. And welcome new subscribers. Absolutely. You mean so much to me. And I am truly blessed to have so much support. It's inspiring. So I did want to tell you that. So let's get right to our reading, because they tend to be a little long this week for, if you listen to the astrologers, not all that much happening with the Mercury retrograde. But not so much here. I see a lot happening for you. I see, well, we start with the Six of Wands, so the celebration card, right? And we have, the moon. I don't know if it's because we're having the full moon on February the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, if you celebrate it in your country. But I'm really getting a lot of moons in the readings this week. Not as many, well, no, about half, I would say. Half the cards have moons in them. So really a lot of the action is going to come towards the weekend this week. But there is some groundwork to do. You're going to have celebrations, so let's get back to this card and talk about your celebrations. And you're riding in with your laurel, and everybody is going to greet you, and they're going to embrace your successes with you, and you're going to have a bunch of small successes coming up this week, and they're not going to be gigantic, I don't think, but they are going to be successes. I think it's going to be able to put a little bit of a smile on your face. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And where it's sitting, I would have to say, you know what? If you trust the universe, if you really give yourself over to the universe this week, it is going to be a very powerful week for you to move forward with that energy. You are standing in your truth here. A new day is dawning. You hold out your hand and the bird lands. You are so in tune with the world, the vibration of the world, the vibration of your life, your path, a bountiful harvest here. I think that you can grow so much this week. And I'd have to say for most signs it would be a very scary thing. For you, Sag, I think you are like, yeah, I know I'm growing. I know I'm coming closer to Spirit and my God, the universe, my spirit guides, my angels, the Strength card. The universe stands very strong behind you, illuminating your way, giving you the strength and giving you the courage and the confidence to go forward. Grab onto that energy, really propel yourself this week. And in all travels and in all changes in life, there are people that are very close to us now that have really essentially served their purpose. And it's time for, by trying to hold on to relationships that aren't working anymore, that once worked, and you're trying to understand why it's not working, it's because, they have a path too. And they need to branch away from you just as much as you need to branch away from them so that they can go further on their path. And you have to allow that to happen. I think it's going to be a very emotional week in some situations for you. And, really allowing a friendship to kind of disappear. And friendships don't disappear. I mean, these people do come back in your life when you need them again for certain lessons. But really, I do see a little bit of pain in relationships this week. And especially with the five, that was the Three of Swords, especially with the Five of Swords, of cutting people out of your life, standing in your truth, and realizing that you need to make certain changes in order to go forward. I think that's very much a part of your learning experience this week. We have the Hangman, giving energy to the whole week, and this is one of meditation and a lot of inner thought, a lot of turmoil of your inner thought and whatnot. And I mean, this is where you really have to, almost cement your heart and your ego to work as one. So, ask the universe to cement those two things together so that it's one action going forward. Bringing those two just kind of in line a little bit closer together, then your heart going off one way and your brain going off another. You're just really battling and holding yourself back by doing that. But we do have the sun. You are walking through your gateway. No question about it. The universe is shining down upon you. No question about it. Where this card sets, it couldn't be better. Really, you are walking into a new truth. And really, this is a start of a path for you. It's you've gained the knowledge. You have the vision. And now you're actually going to implement. So if you're creative, if you're a musician, an artist, a teacher, if you are a tarot card reader, an astrologer, somebody who's dedicated their life to God in some way, I really think this is going to be a very positive time for you, that you are really going to be stepping into a truth, an undeniable truth. Three of Wands. Three of Wands says very clearly that you can turn away from this. You'll probably be going through it one day again, but you can turn away from it. But you don't want to. You have your back on your past. You are going to go forward. The sky is illuminate. The rainbow is appearing above you. You just have to control your fear. And Sag, you've been through some hard times, and you don't trust the universe as much as you once did, right? You're a little afraid because every time you take a step forward, you seem to end up 2 steps back, and wow, how did that happen? Because I was sure I was doing it right that time. And I think going forward, you've got all the lessons in your back pocket. And, it's time to go forward. It's time to embrace your future and walk onto it in your true self. Stand firm in who you are. We have the Emperor. The Emperor, who is not a lofty person. He sits on his world. He's very secure. He has a great vision. And going forward so much with intent and resolution and knowing exactly where you're going, and really making a thought pattern of what you want to accomplish going forward. I see the Wish card here for you. So you really need to get through this week, but really the universe is going to be asking you, what do you want? What do you want it to look like? The Wish card, the Nine of Cups, says if you can envision it and if you can believe it, then it will be yours. And I think this is a very spiritual, I get a very spiritual sense about all these cards. It's a little bit about relationships and whatnot and goals. But I really think it's your spiritual self, your true self, your true, who you really are, stepping out and having no fear doing that. You have the Knight of Swords, charging out into the meadow, out of the woods with your sword raised, yelling charge, take no prisoners. And that's, you know, the undercurrent of the week. You're wanting to do that, and I really don't see action for you this week. I really think it's a time to contemplate before, maybe it's the Mercury retrograde that's going to be holding you in this position, making you think about where you want to go in your future. Maybe a new adventure awaits. Very well could be with where this card lays. Something coming to you, perhaps the end of the week, that is really going to propel you into the future. You are really going to look back and, you know, oversee all that you've done and all that you've created and all the good you can do and you have done. Really, this is about what you have done. And really, there is nothing left to do to move forward. You've got the lessons in your back pocket right now. And you are going to have a few victories this week. A few successes. And unfortunately, there is going to be some pain in your heart as relationships come to an end. New relationships will begin. That's a definite. But in order for those new relationships to begin for you, you do have to move forward and let those people go in your life so that they can go upon their path and reach their destiny as well. So until next week, I love you.